diving into like a totally new way to potentially heal ACL tears
Without surgery.
without surgery.
Yeah.
It's called the ACL Cross Bracing Protocol, and it just might change the game for athletes and really anyone who's ever worried about knee injuries.
You know what's really fascinating about this is that this protocol developed by Dr. Merv Cross and Dr. Tom Cross at the Stadium Clinic in Australia.
Okay.
It's been around for almost a decade,
Really?
but we're only now seeing like some really incredible results coming out.
Yeah, it's like this protocol has been like quietly making waves and now it's ready to make a splash.
Right.
So our deep dive today is based on an excerpt from a physiotherapist's website that breaks down this protocol and how it works.
Cool.
So before we get too far, can you just give me a quick rundown? What is an ACL and why should we even care about this new way of healing it?
Sure. So the ACL, or Anterior Cruciate Ligament, is like this crucial band of tissue in your knee
Okay.
that helps control its stability and movement.
Yep.
You need it to do things like quickly change direction or land a jump without your knee, like, buckling.
So like super important
Yeah.
for like everyday life.
Yeah, pretty much, if you want to move.
And traditionally, if you tore your ACL, you'd be looking at surgery, right?
Yeah.
Like that was just the go-to.
Yeah, that was kind of the only option.
Yeah.
But this protocol is suggesting that with the right approach,
Okay.
the body can actually heal that torn ACL
Naturally.
naturally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
And the success rate is
Oh, yeah,
pretty mind-blowing too.
it is.
So initially, they saw a 90% success rate based on MRI scans
Uh-huh.
from their first 80 patients.
Right. And as of October 2023,
Wow.
that number has climbed to 94% across 301 participants.
That's amazing.
It's pretty remarkable, especially considering this protocol is still relatively new.
Right. Still in its early stages.
Yeah.
So how does this whole bracing protocol actually work? Is it as simple as just like slapping on a knee brace and you're good to go?
It's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
The protocol involves bracing the injured knee at a 90-degree angle,
Okay.
which brings the torn ends of the ACL closer together.
Okay.
So think of it like holding two ends of a broken rope close
Yeah.
so they can fuse back together.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So by holding the knee in that specific position,
Uh-huh.
it gives the body a better chance to kind of heal naturally.
Precisely.
Okay.
But there are a couple important caveats.
Okay.
So firstly, timing is key.
All right.
For this protocol to be effective, it needs to be started within 4 to 7 days of the injury.
Oh, wow.
The earlier, the better.
So you can't just wait around and see how it feels.
Yeah.
You got to act fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And secondly, not everyone is a candidate.
Right.
Factors like how far apart the torn ACL ends are,
Okay.
and if any of the tissue has shifted out of place,
Okay.
can impact whether this protocol is a suitable option.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It sounds like you really need a specialist to assess your specific injury
Yeah,
and see if you're a good fit.
for sure.
But let's say you are a good candidate.
Okay.
What does this protocol actually involve? Like, what does it look like?
Well, it's a multi-stage process that starts with immobilization.
Okay.
This means keeping that knee brace locked at 90 degrees for a period of time
Gotcha.
to give those torn ends a chance to start reconnecting.
Okay, so it starts with a bit of rest and letting the body do its thing.
Exactly.
What happens next? So you're telling me it's not just sitting around with your leg up watching TV for like weeks on end.
No.
There's more to it than just that initial like immobilizational period.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Once that initial healing phase is underway, it's time to start gently
Okay.
introducing movement.
Okay.
We're talking carefully controlled range of motion exercises.
So like really small movements.
Yeah.
Okay.
All while still wearing the brace, of course.
Gotcha. So it's like baby steps for your knee.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And then as your knee kind of gains strength and flexibility, you gradually start putting more weight on it.
Okay.
And this is where physiotherapy becomes really crucial.
So you've got like a team of experts
Right.
guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
Okay, what kind of exercises are we talking about here?
Well, the source mentions strengthening exercises that are introduced early on in the process.
Okay.
These are designed to target the muscles around the knee,
Gotcha.
helping to support and stabilize the joint as it heals.
Okay.
So think things like quadriceps contractions and hamstring curls.
Oh, okay, so you're working those muscles
Yeah.
around the knee.
You need those muscles to be strong to take some of the pressure off the healing ACL.
Makes sense.
And as you progress,
Yeah.
the types of exercises and the resistance used will be adjusted to match your recovery.
Okay.
The protocol even includes variations at the 6 and 8 week marks
Oh, wow.
to further challenge your knee and promote healing.
So it's not just like a set routine. It's
Yeah.
tailored to your individual progress.
Exactly. And speaking of tailored, there's one detail from the source that I found particularly interesting.
Oh, what's that?
Dr. Cross recommends a specific type of brace for this protocol.
Okay.
It's the Bauer-Feind Secutech Jenny brace with 90-degree extension blocks.
Wow. So there's like a specific brace?
Yeah.
Is that because it provides the exact kind of support needed for this unique healing process?
Yeah, I think that's right. It's designed to provide the right level of stability while still allowing for that controlled range of motion.
Okay.
There's even an approved alternative, the Ascender ROM knee brace.
Okay. So there are options out there.
Yeah.
You've got the brace, you're doing your exercises, things are progressing well. What else is involved in this protocol?
Well, there's one more important detail that I think we should mention just for listener safety.
Okay.
The source mentions the use of anticoagulant medication for the first 60 days.
Okay.
This is crucial for mitigating the risk of DVT or deep vein thrombosis.
Okay. Now, for those of us who aren't doctors, what exactly is DVT?
So DVT is a blood clot that forms in a deep vein,
Okay.
most commonly in the legs.
Gotcha.
It can be a serious complication, especially after an injury or surgery when you're less mobile.
Right.
So the anticoagulant medication helps to prevent those clots from forming.
So it's all about being proactive
Yeah,
and minimizing any potential risks.
exactly.
Okay, cool. And what about getting back to, normal life? When can you start doing things like walking, running, maybe even playing sports again?
Well, so you start with low-impact activities
Okay.
like swimming or stationary biking.
Okay.
And as your knee continues to heal and strengthen, you gradually progress to walking, then running, eventually incorporating agility drills and sport-specific training.
So it's a slow and steady climb back to full activity.
Precisely, the goal is to return to your pre-injury level of activity,
Yeah.
but it's a journey that takes time and careful management.
Okay. And how long does that journey usually take? Are we talking weeks, months, years?
Well, the source suggests that most people can return to full activity within a year. But there's a crucial checkpoint along the way,
Okay.
a 12-week MRI.
A 12-week MRI. What's the purpose of that?
That MRI is like a progress report for your ACL.
Okay.
It gives the doctors a clear picture of how well the ligament is healing
Okay.
and helps to guide the next phase of your rehabilitation.
So it's like a midpoint assessment
Right.
to make sure everything's on track.
Exactly.
What if the MRI shows that the ACL isn't healing as well as expected?
Well, that's where the expertise of the medical team comes in.
Right.
They'll adjust the rehabilitation plan based on what the MRI reveals.
Okay.
It might mean modifying your exercises, extending the bracing period, or potentially even considering other options.
Okay.
But the good news is that even if there are some bumps in the road,
Yeah.
this protocol gives your body a real fighting chance to heal itself without surgery.
That's pretty amazing. But even with this protocol, there's always a chance the ACL could tear again, right?
Sure.
What's the re-rupture rate like?
That's a great question, and the answer is very encouraging. The source reports a re-rupture rate of just 11%.
11%. Wow. That's significantly lower than what's typically seen with traditional surgical approaches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That low re-rupture rate, combined with the high success rate of the protocol itself, really highlights the potential of this non-surgical approach.
It's like they've cracked the code for natural ACL healing.
While it's still early days for this protocol,
Yeah.
the results so far are definitely promising.
So to recap, this ACL Cross Bracing Protocol is like a carefully crafted roadmap to recovery.
Yeah?
It involves early intervention, a specialized brace-targeted exercises, and a gradual return to activity, all under the expert guidance of a medical team.
Right.
And the best part, it allows your body to heal itself naturally with
Yeah.
a remarkably high success rate and a low re-rupture rate.
You've summed it up perfectly.
It's a testament to the power of innovation and the body's inherent ability to heal.
It really is.
It's pretty incredible to think that we might be moving toward a future where surgery isn't always the automatic answer for ACL tears.
Yeah, it really challenges what we think is possible with healing.
Yeah.
And it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
It really does make you wonder, what other areas of medicine could benefit from this kind of out-of-the-box thinking.
Right, where else could we be harnessing the body's natural healing power?
Yeah.
That's the million-dollar question.
It's mind-blowing to think about, less invasive procedures, shorter recovery times,
Right.
potentially fewer complications.
Yeah,
It's like a whole new frontier of healing is opening up.
I agree. But it's important to remember that this protocol is still relatively new.
Right.
And More research is needed to fully understand its long-term effectiveness,
Of course.
but the initial results are definitely encouraging.
Absolutely. It's like we're witnessing the early stages of a medical breakthrough.
Yeah.
So for our listener out there, what's the takeaway message here?
Well, if you or someone you know is facing an ACL injury,
Yeah.
this protocol is definitely worth exploring.
Yeah.
It's not a guaranteed fix, but it offers a potential alternative to surgery with a very promising success rate.
And remember, it's crucial to consult with a qualified medical professional
Right.
to determine if it's the right approach for your specific situation.
Absolutely. They can assess your injury, consider your individual factors, and guide you towards the best course of action.
The key is to be informed and empowered to make the best decision for your health.
Exactly. This protocol highlights the importance of staying curious and exploring all the options available.
Knowledge is power.
It is.
And in this case, it could be the power to heal naturally and get back to doing the things you love.
Absolutely.
So if you're intrigued by what you've heard today, we encourage you to delve deeper. You can find more information on the Stadium Clinic's website,
Yeah.
or consult with a medical professional specializing in sports medicine or orthopedics. Who knows, maybe this protocol will spark a whole new conversation about healing. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.